Okay, good morning, Chavirim. We are in Chaye Moharan Resh Pechet. says Rabbi Natan that Rabbeinu said, Amar, Bo'u v'nachzik tovan ramaim. You know, there is a good point in everything that exists. Even in a ramai, a shyster, a trickster, a crook, there is a good thing that comes out of him. Shad yedei ha'machloket shel chokim aneinu, באו באנו לדברים גדולים והם עושים לנו טובה גדולה. A person could think, how is it in the world that a tzaddik like Rabbeinu, Rav Nosson, or all the tzaddikim that were in all the dorots, how could there be machloket on them? What good could come out of here? We know that from Hashem only comes good. So what is the good side? What is the silver lining in the machloket? Says Rabbeinu that we have to actually appreciate them and thank them for these ramayim, these people that are against us, because coming from them we're able to grow. Good things are coming out of it. כי כן הדבר שעל ידי המחלוקת באים ומשיגים דברים גדולים. That through מחלוקת רש פחת 288. That through מחלוקת a person is able to achieve very, very high levels. Very high levels. כמו שמצינו שאמרו רבותינו ז"ל, we'll see the Gemara in a second. That means that now you have to realize that there are certain levels that you, to attain levels of Avodat Hashem, to attain levels of Asaga, well, it really depends on a person's avodah. So what you can have is you can have a person that is Mekadesh himself, and he learns a lot of Torah. But combined with that is the fact that a person is Mikabel a little bit Sigufim on himself. Like we know that Rabbeinu himself, what he would do, he would Mikabel on himself things in order to refine his soul. And I'll explain. Really, the soul is lofty and privy to wonderful things. The soul knows everything. What's the problem is the body. The body is like it's like a klipa, an orla that does not allow the asagot of the soul. Meir once told us that he was once in Tel Aviv, and he went to a school where there was autistic children. Zichron Yaakov. Autistic children. Autistic children, they found out that going to this place, what they had the ability is that they could tell you everything about you. They could tell you your future, they could tell you your past, they could tell you what's going on with you, they could tell you about business. You're looking at children that are quadriplegic, and they're not able to move. They are vegetables. They are in a chair and with nothing. They're moving. And they find the system to be able to communicate with an eye, with a letter, with a finger, with a pad, and then eventually they would come to him, they would tell him all these things, devarim niflaim about the person. It's not in yan of tzidkut, it's not in yan of ruach hakodesh. It's pashut simple that the body is not affected by the soul is not affected by the body. There's no interruption of the antenna. There is an neshama which is connected. Like we said, the Reb Chaim Vital says many times that you have the analogy of the person in the shoe. You have a person in his shoe. What is the person? Are you in your shoe or your foot is in your shoe? So we say that your foot is in your shoe, but actually it's not true because your whole body is in your shoe. So nimtza that how much of your body is in your shoe? Just the foot, but actually the whole body is in the shoe. Turns out that if you say the same analogy with the soul, that you have the soul, that most of the soul is outside of the body, and the bottom madrigot of the soul are dressed up inside the body. If that's true, so how much of the soul is inside you? Very little. And what's covering it? What's separating it? It's the body. If you would take off the body, if you would take off the shoe, so now your soul would be a level that is completely high and there's no limits to the soul. You have many times that we had people that are out-of-body experiences. So the person passed away and they go out and they come back. And when they come back, you see that they knew everything about the people around them. They knew all their averot, they knew all their mitzvot, they knew everything. Why is that? Because once the soul leaves the body for one moment, so now the soul is able to see everything that's going around inside them. So the same thing with the tzaddik. It says by Moshe Rabbeinu, when he gets to Har Sinai, he has to take off his, when he comes to Har Moriah, when he comes to the burning bush, he has to take off his shoe. Shan na'alecha. Why shan na'alecha? Because if you want to now become the level that you have to be to speak to me, per pe, you need to remove the foot, you need to remove the shoe, which is the foot which is blocking the signal, the antenna of the soul. And that's why in the Beit Mikdash there's no shoe, to show you that here we need to take off the body. So there's many things that a person learns Torah, and a person is mekadesh himself with mitzvot. But on the other hand, he's gashmi. So even though his neshama is privy is to many, many lofty things, and after 120 things, he'll have asagot, he'll have ma'alot, he'll have wonderful All the livushim of the Torah will come off after 120 years, and the soul will access it. The problem is here, because we're mirubash in a body, so the body is actually preventing us from understanding what the soul knows. So it's very simple. Once you start to subdue the body, you start to misagev yourself. You start to, first of all, being just a kosher yid without any avirot. That's number one. But then you start to do what's called mekadesh atzmecha b'mutar nach. So what's mutar? Not always it's needed. This I don't need. This I can push away. 1 second. It's mutar al pi halacha. Yes, it's mutar. This is the sort of the tzaddikim that were working their whole life to fast. Rabbeinu fasted from Shabbat to Shabbat. Rabbeinu would not scratch himself, like we said before. He wouldn't scratch himself. He wouldn't scratch his skin. A siguf, another siguf. Why are you doing siguf? Because when I subdue the body, and then there's even levels that Rabbeinu said that he brought machloket on himself. Rabbeinu said in another place that he has the ability to make shalom with everybody. Adirabba, the tzaddikim are creating shalom. The Tamid Chacham is marbe shalom ba'olam. So how could Rabbeinu have machloket on him? Rabbeinu was bringing in himself bizyonot and machloket and levels to receive high hasagot. So we see from here that a machloket or bizayon of a tzaddik is not a proof, not like this and not like this. It could be really it's a rasha and the gedolim are chorekim. It could be that it's an yan. There's no raya from machloket. We cannot say it's not a tzaddik from machloket or it is a tzaddik from machloket. Rabbeinu said that. Then the reason is because the machloket many times it's to elevate a person. And that's what Rabbeinu said. We said, I brought you a gift. A gift is that people are you're gonna be considered second class. You're gonna be considered put aside. Because from this comes lofty things. Of course, if you fight back, if you're not Yidom Yishtok, if you fight back with them, you lost all the benefit of the machloket. I was now in Florida, in Miami, and a person brought me to the shtiblech over there. And we went to the shul, and he parked in the wrong place. It was dark at night, and he went into the place, and he parked in a place where it was the entrance to the parking lot. So imagine you have hundreds of cars that has to go in, and you can park here, you can park here, you can park in the street, and then he parked in the one that's actually the entrance. He didn't see, it was dark, it was before the nets. So he comes into the one guy found him, looked for which car, he had like a nice Jeep. He said, who is the guy with this Jeep? He narrowed it down, he did proselytization, he got to the guy that was driving me. So he came to him and he gave him a busha berabim, and he wrote him a note on his car. You can't understand. So he wanted to come and tell me the busha and you saw what this. I said no, quiet now. Now it's et ratzon for you. You whatever you want. We went to what they do after. I said ask what you want now. Now don't even tell me about it. Don't complain about it. The machloket that comes on you, the bizayon that comes on you, it's a moment of elevation, and that's what Rabbeinu is saying here. That they're doing us a big favor. And that's why the tzaddik can be danutam likavschut, because really they're actually helping you. Whenever you have something like that that's coming to hurt you, embarrass you, so it's a higher level. Once the Arizal Soto Tamidim, he said, you tshuva you want, but how are you going to do tshuva? You need a kapara. So you can have a kapara in a few ways. One kapara could be that you're going to start to be sick. You want to have sick? They said you want to be sick in the body. He said you want to be poor? He said you want to be poor. So if you can't have it in the body, so you have no choice but to take bizayon, to take embarrassment. And you see that it's a kapara as well. All these things are kapara that lifts a person up. That's what it says here, Rabbeinu. Shebemei avlo shel Moshe nishtakhu 300 halachot. When Moshe Rabbeinu passed away, Moshe Rabbeinu was the conduit for the halacha, and he forgot 300 halachot. Shan Yeshua l'Kadosh Baruch Hu v'amar lo no'omran lecha i'efshar. So it could be, for whatever reason, after you see the Chazal there, then Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu, to Yeshua, I cannot say it again over to you. Go and fight through a war. Tardan bin Milchama. What's the pshat? Atniel ben Kenaz ziran bepilpulo. Atniel haya ish milchama. כמו שמצינו שמה כלב. אשר ילכוד את חברון ונתתי לו את אכסה ביתי. וילכדה עתניאל ben Kenaz. You see another place that Otniel was a warrior. And when it comes to Hebron, who was the one that was able to capture it? Was Otniel. So we see that Otniel was the one with his pilpul. That means sometimes you can bring about halakha through a Kabbalah or through a pilpul, through medamel mita and mita, you can actually pull out the halakha. So Otniel ben Kenaz was able to pull back these 300 halachot. He's called Ish Milchama. So if he's called Ish Milchama, so the Milchama is what's bringing the Milchama is bringing back the halachot to the person. Nimtza. So through the milchama, through the fighting, through the machloket that it was actually able to give back the halachot. What are we seeing from here? That sometimes to get a blessing, to get halacha, to get something that is wonderful that a person needs, it comes only through machloket. Beruchim to you.